Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever it is that you are watching this. It's Pastor Jeremy here, and I wanted to share with you some quick thoughts from the daily devotionals that you can find on our website, or if you get emails from the church, you will get them that way. I realize that some of you might be watching this video and have never seen our devotionals before or seen the actual paper copies. You can find those on our website at fbctyrone.com. And it just gives us a quick way each day to kind of interact with God as we drive towards Sunday. Now we'll be taking a break from 1 John this Sunday and looking at memorials. Memorials are biblical. They're not just something that we celebrate in May. Memorials go all the way back to Genesis. God put a covenant rainbow in the sky, a memorial of his promise to Noah and the rest of the inhabitants of earth. Memorials have a lot to do with covenant. Now, it got me thinking, how are memorials used today? What do we do with memorials? And it got me thinking again. There's a lot of times in life that God just powers through when there's something that I'm facing or fighting, and he miraculously just smashes the roadblock and goes forward. And I love it when he does that because he's promised always to do it. And so it's my task as a believer in Christ to build memorials. Now we're going to be in Joshua 3 and 4, where God commanded Joshua to build a memorial of 12 stones to commemorate what God had done the Jordan River crossing as they entered into the Promised Land. Now I'm not going to talk a lot about that because you're going to read about that this week. But we should be building memorials in our minds. Now, we don't pile up rocks, but we pile up thoughts. Things that remind us of what God has done. So that looks like writing it down, journaling it, making a video, telling someone about it. Those are ways that we commemorate what God has done and give him glory and honor for all the miraculous things that he does in our lives. Pastor Duncan and I sit down a lot and we talk and we share. And as we're talking, a lot of times I will just start talking about things God has done. And Pastor Duncan's probably heard these things 5, 10, 15 times about times when God did this or God did that. But it never gets old because it's just going back to that memorial and reminding myself about everything that God has done. The trap we can fall into is thinking that God's going to do something the same way every time. God protected and preserved the Israelites not the same way each time. Sometimes it was with food. Sometimes it was with sword. Sometimes it was with quail. Sometimes it was with manna. Sometimes it was with a rock in the wilderness. Sometimes it was with a serpent on a pole. There are many different ways that God worked in their lives. There's many different ways that God works in my life, in your life. And so our job is to not say, God, do this, but it's to say, God, what would you like to do? And when God does it, to commemorate it, to memorialize it, to never forget it, and to use it as a way of going back to it in your mind and saying, I remember when I was faced with this, and you did that. And I know and trust, and I'm going to lean on the fact that you're going to do it again. You're going to keep pushing me forward. And that's the great thing about memorials. So this week, as you read through your daily devotions, you're going to see that the questions are very simple. They are kind of guiding and leading questions to what I feel is a little bit more of a difficult task, and that is the application of truth. So the questions might be very simple, but it might say, analyze things in your past, in your life, where God has done something miraculous and begin building a memorial to remember it. Or it might be call someone on the phone or text someone and tell them about a time when God did this or God did that in your life and moved in a mighty way. These things allow us to start memorializing what God is doing and has done and will do in our lives. It's a healthy place to be as a Christian when we are able to fully rely and trust and place all of our hope in the one who has never let us down, who will never let us go, and continually keeps fighting our battles for us. I love that about him, and he loves us more than we can ever imagine. I hope you're having a great week so far, and just have a great week as we move into this Memorial Day weekend. I look forward to worshiping with you virtually on Sunday morning, and we're going to, again, I'll post another video later on in the week about some more of the devotional material that you can find on our website. So thanks a lot. Have a great day, and we will see you all soon.